Hey guys, welcome back to part B. We're talking about the philosophy of health and how now it relates to getting pressure off of nerves, which helps to improve the body's function, improves the posture, and also improves athletic performance as well as prevent injuries. So we've got a lot to cover here today. We're going to get it slammed in a short piece here. A typical body is one that is extremely balanced in its nature. The more balanced it is, the more healthy it typically is. We look for balance between the head and shoulders and the hips, and then the hips to the ground. In that position, looking at it from front to back, we'd like to see a spine that is going to be straight up and down. Performance-wise, for all the athletics that we play and for the sports that we do, especially lifting things, that is going to be the strongest position for us to be in. That being said, when we look at you guys from the side, I would really like to see a nice healthy curve system that is set up here. The curves essentially are your shock absorbers, and they're my best indication as to how your spine is going to hold up over your lifetime. The people who do the best in regards to holding up over time maintain these positions the longest. Unfortunately, when we have subluxation like we talked about in part A of this video, and we've got joints that are misaligned and putting pressure on the nerves, it causes your body to, over time, change these positions. So when we look at the spine from the front to back, we get curves all of a sudden that take place. Or if we look at from the side, instead of having those nice healthy shock absorbers in place, those good curves, we end up with a very straight up and down position. These are positions that are going to break down a heck of a lot faster than what you guys are capable of. So our job is to try to keep you in these positions. It is super common in the first couple visits when people walk in here that they've got some postural distortion that's happening with their body. Their body is smartly and intelligently leaning away from the side of nerve irritation. So it may be that their head is tilted, or their shoulders are uneven, or their hips are unlevel. Essentially, the posture is a window to the spine, letting us know what's happening in there and giving us an indication of maybe what's causing some of the symptoms that they've got going on. So to evaluate this stuff, on the first day when people get in here, we do 2 posture photos of people up against these big grid lines so that we can identify how their body's positioned. We also take a look at how they measure out on our scales. The scales give us an indication of the quantitative value and how much they are off one side versus the other. Obviously, we should be equal or symmetrical, especially when it comes to athletic performance and doing lifts and so forth. We want to make sure that we're coming up and bringing that weight up evenly. If we have lots of imbalance in the body, if we're leaning to one side versus the other, then we end up with essentially a lowered state of health, a lowered state of performance. Our job as chiropractors, now that we have identified postural changes, is to then look and see, okay, well, what is it that's actually causing those postural changes to happen? Is it that we've got nerve pressure in the neck, and then of course the body leans away from the side of that pressure, which gives us this sort of head tilt appearance, which by the way, most people don't even know that they have. And then, you know, how does that affect your ability to get good shoulder position? By the way, these nerves go out and affect all the way down through the shoulder, all the way down into the hand and fingers. So sometimes your ability to have grip strength, maybe even like numbness and tingling, especially during the end of workouts and so forth. Chiropractor's role is to identify this area of misalignment and try to get it corrected, which is going to help to restore the range of motion, the flexibility of the spine, the position of the spine, make the spine more efficient, and get the pressure off the nerve so it improves communication between the brain and the body, which is what we talked about last time. The most important component of this is getting the pressure off of the nerve to restore that self-healing and self-regulating mechanism from brain to body. After that, we sit back and get out of the way. Let your body do its natural healing. This is something that is crucial. It happens over time. It's progressive in nature, so please get into your local chiropractor, get a checkup, and make sure that you're getting this stuff fixed up. We'll see you guys next time.